If you run cloud migration, remote support, or agent-style infrastructure, today's patch priority is control plane risk. The lead item is CVE 2026-53470, Red Hat Migration Planner OVA Image URL Exposure. NBD rates it critical with CVSS 9.6. The practical risk is that trusted operational tooling may expose images, tokens, source configuration, or agent access. Patch first where these systems touch production, credentials, or administrators. For CVE 2026-53470, NBD says, a flaw was found in Migration Planner. An authenticated attacker could exploit an improper access control vulnerability in the /API/v1/sources/ID/image URL endpoint. This flaw allows the attacker to bypass an ownership check and obtain pre-signed S3 URLs for Open Virtual Appliance, OVA, images belonging to other users. Consequently, the attacker can download OVA images containing sensitive information, such as long-lived agent JSON web tokens, JWTs, and source configurations, potentially leading to unauthorized access and modification of the victim's source. Defenders using affected Red Hat Migration Planner components should follow Red Hat guidance, review object access logs for unexpected image URL creation or downloads, and rotate agent JWTs or source credentials if exposure is plausible. The second item is CVE 2026-53469, Red Hat Migration Planner Destructive Authorization Flaw. NBD reports, a flaw was found in Migration Planner. An authenticated user can exploit this vulnerability by sending a delete request to the /API/v1/sources route, which lacks proper authorization and filtering. This allows for the destruction of all customer data, including sources, agents, and assessments, leading to a critical loss of availability and integrity across the entire SaaS platform. The lesson is direct: authenticated is not the same as authorized. A real user or token still needs object-level permission before reading another customer's data, deleting operational records, or triggering a privileged route. Review unexpected destructive requests, source changes, agent changes, and assessment changes. Also confirm backups before an incident tests them for you. The third story is CVE 2026-48558, Simple Help OIDC Authentication Bypass. NBD Summary: Simple Help versions May 5, 15 and prior and 6.0 pre-release versions contain an authentication bypass vulnerability in the OIDC authentication flow. When OIDC authentication is configured, identity tokens submitted during login are accepted without verifying their cryptographic signature. In a vulnerable configuration, a remote, unauthenticated attacker can submit a forged token containing arbitrary identity claims to obtain a fully authenticated technician session. In some configurations, this may also allow bypass of multi-factor authentication. No user interaction is required. Remote support and identity platforms deserve extra attention because they are trusted by design. Apply the vendor update, verify identity configuration, and review recent technician sessions for unusual users, timing, geography, or activity that does not match support tickets. One more critical item is CVE 2026-53838, OpenClaw node pairing approval scope confusion. NBD says, OpenClaw before May 27, 2026 contains a state mutation vulnerability in node pairing reconnection that allows paired nodes to confuse approval scope decisions. Attackers can exploit reconnection logic to restore or present broader node authority than intended, potentially bypassing approval restrictions. In the AI and automation era, node pairing, reconnect logic, and approval scope are exactly the trust boundaries teams are adding to agent platforms. Your checklist: inventory exposed migration tools, remote support platforms, and node or agent systems. Patch according to vendor advisories. Review logs for pre-signed URL access, destructive API calls, technician logins, and node reconnection events. Rotate secrets if images, service accounts, or agent tokens may have been exposed. And for developers, add route level and object level authorization around every privileged operation. Control planes automate trusted work, that is why their trust boundaries must be verified, logged, and least privileged.